Welcome to Sakura Dreams. Tonight, we invite you into a tranquil story, set deep within a secluded tea room in Japan's ancient city. Outside, a cool mist falls, and the noise of the city fades away. A profound, special silence fills this tea room. This narrative is centered around the core spiritual concept of the Japanese tea ceremony, Ichigo Ichie. Ichigo Ichie is a beautiful Japanese idea meaning, "This very moment will never occur again." It is a precious, once-in-a-lifetime encounter. It teaches us to cherish every moment and every meeting with the whole heart. That is the essence of Shanwayu, the way of tea. Now, close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath. I quietly walked through the misty rain, which soaked the stone path. It was October. The cold, clear night air was completely separate from the daytime bustle. My destination tonight was the secluded tea room, Mushin, and the hermitage of no mind, deep within the temple grounds, where my master was waiting. Usually, the practice is held during the day, but my master decided to conduct the final check for tomorrow's important tea gathering in the quiet solitude of midnight. I stood silently before the Nijiraguchi, the low crawl-through entrance. Already, the faint sound of shofu, pine wind, was audible from inside the tea room. My master was already there, boiling the water, waiting for me. Ichigo Ichie. One time, one meeting. I recited the words in my heart, and quietly entered through the Nijiraguchi. Inside, there was the light of the small hearth, and the figure of my master, seated quietly in traditional Japanese attire. He turned his gaze toward me, making no sound. "You have arrived, Hazuki. It must be cold outside," my master said. I replied, "Yes, master. Please forgive my late visit. The mist is getting quite deep." "I see. That very mist is our omotenashi, hospitality, for today." The tea room was waiting for this sound, he noted. I sat before the master and bowed quietly. Waiting for me to settle, he asked in a low voice, "Now that you have entered this tea room, What do you feel? I answered, Seijaku, purity and tranquility. All sounds from the outside are cut off, and only the sound of the kettle's shofu echoes within me. Good. Seijaku. It is the life of the tea room. But who is it that created that Seijaku? He pressed. My own heart. And your hand, master, I replied. Seijaku is something that must be created. Today's practice is to see how you can instill that purity into the tools and the water, he concluded. Following my master's words, I began the task of purifying the tools. First, I quietly cleaned the room to expel any mundane air that had entered the tea room during the day. As I wiped the tatami mats, my master spoke softly from beside me. Hazuki, how is the movement of that cloth? Too fast or too slow? He inquired. I explained, the current pace feels perfectly aligned with the grain of these old tatami mats. If I push too hard, the mats make a sound, as if they are displeased. So, the tatami is a living thing. The tools are the same. Do not treat them as mere objects, he instructed. After finishing the cleaning, I carefully carried the tools to their designated places. The tea bowl, the natsumi, the caddy for the powdered tea, and the chashaku, the scoop for the tea. My master drew a faint breath as I placed the chashaku. That chashaku is one you are using for the first time today. It is probably not yet familiar to your hand. Yes, I answered. I am nervous. I cannot yet handle it as an extension of my own hand. The tip of the chashaku is the window to your heart. If the window is clouded, the pure heart of the tea will not be conveyed to the guest. Listen carefully. You do not wipe the tools. You cherish them. Feel the knot of the bamboo, the luster of the lacquer, with your fingertips, and listen to the tool's story. If you do that, the tool will surely respond to your heart and shine with pure light. I took the chashaku again and traced its surface with my fingertip. This tool has endured decades of time. and exists for me in this midnight silence. I will put my gratitude into this fingertip. A quiet warmth, held by the tool, flowed into my fingers. Finally, it was time to prepare the water for making tea. I picked up the mizusashi water container and stood. Wait, Hazuki. Yes. The water we used today is the water of life. Are you prepared to draw that water? I replied, yes. I will draw it with a pure heart, offering thanks and reverence for every single drop. Good. I told you that the Mizuya prep room is not a place for handling water, but a place for revering water. The moment you draw that water is the moment your heart becomes most transparent. Tea made with a clouded heart will not be pure. Taking my master's words to heart, I passed through the Mizuya next to the tea room and quietly headed toward the well deep in the temple grounds. The area around the well was wrapped in a night darkness even deeper than the tea room. The cold mist brushed my cheek. I slowly lowered the hishaku water ladle into the well. The sound of water pouring from the hishaku into the mizusashi. Chapo, chapo. This sound absorbed all the noise from the outside world, enclosing me in this space of only water and sound. This cold water has supported countless lives here since ancient times. I am now receiving the blessing of that life. Not a single drop can be wasted. This water will soothe the throats and purify the hearts of our guests tomorrow. Feeling that responsibility, I filled the water container. When the water sound stopped, only the quiet sound of the mist remained. I gently held the mizusashi and returned to the tea room. Back in the tea room, my master remained seated quietly beside the hearth. As I placed the mizusashi, he closed his eyes and urged me to listen to the sound of the boiling water. Listen, Hazuki. Listen to the melody of the shofu, he instructed. This sound is sabi, aged simplicity. It is the sound of an old tree enduring the wind, burning away its own life. This sound is the very soul of the tea room. It is the ultimate tranquility. When this sound reaches its climax, the tea you make will carry true peace. Discern the perfect timing of the sound. I focused my awareness on the sound of the shofu. The sound of the boiling water gradually grew stronger until it reached a steady, strong rhythm. Master, now is the time. The shofu is clearest now, I whispered. Very well. Do not forget that sound. Now, make the tea, he urged. With the sound of the shofu in the background, I began the ritual of whisking the usucha, thin tea. I poured the hot water, added the matcha, and finally began to move the chasen bamboo whisk. This sound, in this tea room on this night, was the purest sound that only my master and I could hear. Whisk the chasen more gently, yet strongly, he instructed. Treat the matcha particles with affection. Create bubbles of serenity for the guest's heart. As instructed, I poured gentleness and concentration into the hand that held the chasen. I stopped thinking. I stopped judging. I simply melted into the act of whisking the tea itself. This was the state of mushin, no mind. In the tea bowl, the thin tea, covered with a fine, deep green foam, lay quietly. I quietly presented the finished tea bowl before my master. Ichigo Ichie. Does your heart dwell within this one bowl? He asked. Yes, I replied. This tea condenses every moment of the stillness with you, the sound of the mist, and my reverence for the tools. My master took the tea bowl and slowly, silently, took a sip. He gently placed the bowl down and looked at me. Very well. This tea will carry true peace. Tomorrow, the guest will be released from all fatigue with this one cup. However, Before healing the guest, you must heal yourself. Engrave the stillness of this tea room deeply into your heart, and carry it into your dream. My master stood up and quietly moved toward the Nijiraguchi. Put out the light in the tea room, and become one with the sound of the mist. Deep sleep is the final tranquility of Shanwayu, he said. The master left the tea room without a sound. I was left alone in the deep silence. I put out the light in the tea room. Complete darkness and stillness enveloped me. Now your heart, too, should be filled with silence and peace, just like this one bowl of tea. Close your eyes and feel with your entire body the stillness of this tea room and the warmth of heart filled by the master's words. Breathe in silence. Breathe out peace. The sound of the misty rain pours from your ears into your heart like warm water. It washes away your thoughts and simply converts them into a rhythm of serenity. Your arms and legs are now heavy, sinking into the ground. Every muscle is relaxing. Every cell is calling for rest. In this darkness, the beautiful deep green of the matcha and the warmth of the ceramic bowl appear and disappear, drawing gentle, flowing curves. You are now in a state of motion. Everything has been completed in this very moment. All the roles, responsibilities, and worries you carried have been quietly placed outside the tea room. Let yourself sink slowly into a deep, deep sleep beyond the mist. Good night.